What's new in OpenTunnel 2022 Release 2? For a complete list of product versions, enhancements, and compatibility requirements, please refer to the bridge analysis section in the following link docs.bentley.com/live content. OpenTunnel Designer 2022 Release 2 platform updates. This release includes MicroStation Power Platform Update 17.2, CIF/OpenRoads 2022 Release 2, certified with ProjectWise version 10.00.03.453, connection client 11.00.05.44. To see more complete overview, you can go into the following links. OpenTunnel Designer 2022 Release 2. Installation can be side by side with previous release. OTD will install in a separate 10.12 folder. Due to schema changes in OTD, when operating old files, there is an option to upgrade. So you can choose the options as you like. Major enhancements are added option for dynamic view by station. For Plaxis, added option to send multiple tunnels information in one single script file. For Plaxis again, support for ellipse geometry during transfer. There is an improved placement time for TBM tunnels, which is actually processing time for TBM tunnel is reduced in 2022 Release 2 version. There is an added option to define a theoretical excavation shape for portals defined as templates. There are enhancements regarding the soil meshes cutting, enhancements regarding the solid creation on tight curves or a specific alignment geometry. The next enhancement is added the capability to support placement of parametric cells using OTD tools. The cells will be placed using the variations from the cell file. The user will not be able to control the variations from the active model in OTD. Uh, the the next one is added the option which is set active alignment. The tool will move the tunnel from one alignment to another alignment. The next one is added the option to place conventional tunnels and portals with property vertical and normal. There is other one is added the option auxiliary, which is placed by station. And then the last major one is the added the possibility to attach item types to the feature definitions in OTD for tunnel solids. There are numbers of minor enhancements in 2022 Release 2 version as well. The first one is the added option to select a feature definition for the alignments created with the tool create. Then there is added the feature definition property panel on properties dialogs for reinforcements. There is the tag tool for auxiliary by path has been changed to support only closed boundaries instead of a closed shape. We have added a new tab called singularities in the material catalog for selecting a material when placing singularities as cells. The auxiliaries and singularities placed as cells are now listed in the quantities reports. Then we have the multiple enhancements for input echo reports and quantities reports. We have multiple enhancements regarding the interoperability between ProjectWise and OpenTunnel. We have added option to tag multiple auxiliaries by point in one comment. We have updated files in tunnel catalog also updated portal catalog files where we have added the excavation shape for portals. And the last one is we have added an option to select multiple templates in the tunnel portal template dialog for export or delete commands. There were some defects that we have fixed in 2022 release 2 of OpenTunnel Designer. So first one, we fixed the soil was not filled after an element was deleted. Then we fixed the where the solid was not updating after the 2D geometry was deleted from the template. The soil meshes where it was not cutting correctly the tunnel that was passing through different soil meshes. We have fixed where in some specific cases the four poles direction was not computed correctly. Um, we have also corrected the soil meshes were not transferred correctly to Plaxis 2D, fixed multiple errors regarding the soil meshes for different specific cases. There were some other cases that we found the defects internally, we have corrected as well. We have added project-wise drive in the installer, as we can see here. Now we'll see some of the enhancements in little more detail. Now this one on the screen, we can see feature definitions that we have added in the create toolbar when we create an alignment. In OpenTunnel Designer, we can create tunnel alignment here. In this window, we need to provide those data as we need. And this is the feature definition. That's a new enhancement being added in our 2022 release 2 version. From this drop down list, we can select the feature definition as we need, and the name prefix we can give as we need here. So feature definition gives us the CAD standards and geometry and as well as annotation properties that came through feature definitions. And just to give an idea, feature definitions here in the feature definitions for tunnels, these are the elements in the feature definitions that actually come from feature symbology and that come through the element template. Like for this one, we can annotate this alignment. If we come into the analysis and reporting where we can annotate the element, we can see this one has been annotated. And now this scale, because this has the proper symbology and the feature definitions, we can work out with the annotation scales here. The next enhancement we can see in detail is the dynamic view by station option in drawings. In OpenTunnel Designer, in the analysis and reports, in the drawings, dynamic view by station. This is added in our 2022 release 2 version. Here we can see a station, we can give a skew angle and the depth, and here profile cut could be cut or cut with depth, and we can also do call out as well. So let's leave it as a cut, and then we can see select alignment. So we select the alignment, and then it is asking for a station. Let's say I'll do here, and if I take it out, you can see we can do the skew. If I do 0, enter, that becomes the skew is 0 degree fixed. And now we can increase the extent or decrease, and we do here, and then direction and depth. In depth it will not take, the direction it will take, because it will just cut here. And you can see that this window comes up for creation of the drawing. So we can do given a name, and just give section 1, and then here is the drawing sheet file. Let's say OTD section metric, and create drawing model, and here is the create sheet model. So if we uncheck it, it will just create drawing model. If we uncheck that one or create this one, only create the sheet model. So we can do the annotation scale, and annotation scale here is 1 by 1, and detail scale 100. We can do this. We can see here the section is created for 1:100 scale. The Now we can see the enhancement of Plaxis transfer, where we have added the option to send multiple tunnels information into one single script file. So if we go into detail, so we want to transfer into Plaxis 3D these two tunnels. So we go into Plaxis 3D in the utilities, where we get the tunnel that we want to transfer, and we want to send it as a plate. So then we come into here where we select the tunnels and the units that we want to transfer with the sections. So we define the unit 2, and starting from section 15, and we ending in unit 3 and section 3. And then similarly we do the second tunnel, and we select our unit, we select our section, and from where it starts and from where and to where it ends, and then we check the box that we want to send, and this one we want to send as a regions. So we want to send this as a region in the 3D Plaxis 3D. Now we run the Python script, and we can see the Python script is formulating automatically from the Plaxis, from the OpenTunnel Designer. Now, similarly, what we can do for Plaxis 2D, we need to go into analytical cross section, and we need to draw a cross section where we want to transfer into Plaxis 2D. And once we selected the our desired section where we want to do, then we need to go into Plaxis 2D, and we'll select the way we want to transfer. Let's say this one we want to transfer it as a region. So then we go run a Python script, and then we open it. So Python will formulate that exact section in Python from the OpenTunnel Designer. And that's what exactly it is doing on the screen. And we can see here the two tunnels sections are here, exactly modeled by Python from the OTD. Next one is the modeling added option to define a theoretical excavation shape for portals defined as templates. Previously, we did not have the excavation shape for portals. Now we have added the excavation shape for portals, like here. This one um, are the excavation shape that we can define for portals in the template. Next, what we have is the modeling enhancement regarding the soil mesh cutting. Previously, we have like this, where if we cut some soil mesh, it used to have some meshes protruding outside the cut. Now we have fixed that, so there is no mesh protrudes from outside the cut. So it has been solved. The next enhancement we have is the modeling enhancement regarding the solid creation on tight curves or specific alignment geometry. Previously, what we had, the tunnel linings could not adjust itself to a specific tight curves or a specific alignment geometry, and thus there were some gaps in between linings which eventually resulted into small errors in lining widths. Now in the 2022 release 2 version, which is completely resolved, and thus we can see there are no gaps and the tunnel lining width has the exact width that requires on that specific curves or specific alignment. The next enhancement we can see in detail is the set active alignment for moving a tunnel from one alignment to another. In OpenTunnel Designer 2022 Release 2 version, we have added set tunnel alignment in the tunnel geometry. Here we can see there are two alignments, and this is one of the tunnel. So what we can do, if we come here and then station, we can set or we can leave as it is, and then if I select another alignment, this tunnel will move to here, and you can see the tunnel has been moved. Now if I do the same thing again, and if I know the station or change to somewhere, let's say I move it to 0 station, and then I go here, we can see the tunnel has been moved from this alignment to here in this location at 0. The next enhancement is placing conventional tunnels and portals with the property of vertical and normal. To place a tunnel, we go into the tunnel modeling, into the place tunnel, where we select the template orientation, normal or vertical, and we can see we have selected normal. So it is, the tunnel is placed normal to the alignment. The same way we can select vertical, and if we select the two lines, and even on the same alignment we can do two units, and it is a different way, it is vertical to the ground. This enhancement is the added option for auxiliary placement by station. We go into auxiliaries placed by station, and we select the items that we need to provide. Here we provide the station, and if we give our station, we can see the smoke fan is now placed at a specific point, which is our station.